Hello and welcome back to another episode of Iratus, Lord of the Dead. My name is Syken. Today we are continuing with Iratus, Lord of the Dead. Beautiful game. We are playing the blind playthrough, so no spoilers, nothing, no guides. Don't know the game at all on the highest difficulty, which seems to be a fun little endeavor. So, we skilled into Ire, which gives us these passive bonuses, and there is like this wonderful bonus at the start of the turn when you have 75 wrath, everybody heals for 5. I want that because fury. That is a good way of actually regaining hit points. And if we're getting blind fury when we're missing an attack, there's even more wrath that is coming in. Plus on the graveyard we are building that up with another zombie. No, that's actually wrong. I think it was this here. Yes. Whatever this creature is, that'll be the next creature that we need to sacrifice to the Adobe of Wrath. Alright, time for a battle, guys. You did not come here to just listen me philosophically think about life and unlife, but rather to kick some rear, and that's what we're going to do. So we have plenty of armored guards in the front, moderate damage. Stone Golem with a lot of armor. Okay, is this an elite? No. He does not have sanity, so he seems to be immune to that. Makes sense because he's a golem. And he does have quite a bit of armor. Not good. Let's go for Hunky back here. Oh, Hunky almost died. I'm so sorry, Hunky. Magic attack against the golem. And mental attack against everybody. Good, these guys have 14 armor. We're barely going to deal a lot of damage. Question is, do we rather stress them out? I will try my best. Let's go. I hate defensive stance. Target loses all armor until the battle ends. That is not bad. Might be something that we would want to do with Mr. Golem here. Mr. Golem now has 0 armor. How convenient. Problem that I'm seeing back there is heavily injured targets, so we're just going to take them off.
Fresh corpses.
This guy officially is insane now. Here we can deal true damage thanks to armor being removed. Good. And this is going to deal a lot of damage once the trap hits. Continuing on our quest for true damage. That's unfortunate. It's good that I learned it, because now I will not do it in the future again. But the problem is, if you trap and you kill someone and then someone else moves forward, then the trap essentially is gone. There is the second insanity. Fantastic. Still a little bit of damage. I don't like it. I need to debuff them. It's just too much damage overall.
Savor these last few heartbeats.
Good. Now they should not deal a lot of damage. Yeah, there we go. We're continuing to just debuff them because every damage that we prevent is effectively 0 damage healed.
As your suffering ends, your service begins.
Good. We healed the knight, which is sort of in an okay position. Bride of Iratus, on the other hand, not so much. And we put this knight in there. So let's level up our troops. I think accuracy will be huge because the zombies cannot afford to be inaccurate. Same here for the Dark Knight. And what else do we have? We leveled up once again. Getting a little bit more evasion, I think, might be fun. So we're almost at 10%. That's 10% less damage. Period. And for her, I would love to get more dread. But I think that's not going to happen. Instead, more accuracy and more luck. You can critically hit with the dread stuff as well. That's good. We do have a chest of mythical contents, and then I think we can either go to this sacrificial altar, or I don't know what that is. It's just a normal battle, I think. Cultists with random gifts. So maybe we're going like this, and to the cultists. Seems better than the normal sacrificial altar. Here we can raise levels, so that's just XP. This is... here we have more artifacts. Okay, so we're going this way into more artifacts. I don't know if the sacrificial altar is any good, but I can most certainly tell you the artifacts are. Armor. All minions that are 5 or lower gain extra vigor. Nice. Minions gain luck, accuracy, and evasion. That's nice as well. Each time Iratus uses a spell, random enemy is...
I can use this.
We're taking that, no question asked. This is actually really good.
It embellishes my undead features.
Random enemy loses luck until... Okay, that's... okay. Well, I mean, extra vigor is too good. The Pharaoh Mask isn't bad either. This is a one-time use, so it's more for a boss battle. This here, if the total sum of minion levels in battle is less than 21, the victory gives us 10% extra XP. This is kind of the more greedy version. This is the easier version because we just deal more damage and more dread. But I like more XP because that means we will get higher level overall. I still haven't leveled accuracy enough to compensate for that 15%, but we're kind of getting there. What would be the offset? 5 initiative. Initiative isn't bad. Like, what's our initiative at the moment? 5, 10. It would double the initiative for most of our guys. Which, mind you, is a pretty good. Pretty good. Okay, let's first find a source for more wrath.
It will be a
This is okay, and then I think Ire for now is okay. Could also use a mark, 18 mana, and that is a neat little buff. We're not using our mana at all at the moment, so might as well get a spell. And a buff, never wrong. It's always good to have like these small buffs. Okay, so what are we dealing with? This here is an elite miner, which is why he has this dope axe. Lots of damage. Normal miner, also lots of damage. Mad mage. Magic resistance. And as you would expect, lots of damage. And demolition expert. Lots of magical resistance and damage. This is a pure damage group of enemies. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Oh, catch the laggers. It's always the back. Okay, Question is, do we have anything else? Nah, I think this is still the strongest attack. Nice little crit, by the way. Oh, wow. Okay, these guys are multi-attackers. Well,
Now that's gonna leave a mark.
immediately reducing the blocks, but also dealing damage to the backline. And despite our armor, we're taking quite a bit of a beating. I don't like it. So, reduce the damage that your guys are doing. Man. Alright, this guy needs to die. They still are all reduced. So, what can we do? We can give everybody Dread. That's a good buff. Good, this guy will die. They both have blocks. I don't like that. Yeah, at some point we will need to remove the blocks, so might as well do that now. Did I mention that that is crazy how he's just dealing AoE damage? Yeah, delivered. Finally. Finally. I don't want to use any of that yet, because we will heal without using those skills. Ignores block, use armor, that's perfect. There we go. Everybody heals a bit. All enemies lose vigor. And he basically heals. We can do that at the end. For now, just want to make sure that we're healing more than the damage that they are dealing. Get the blocks down, fantastic. Good, is there a timer on these battles, or can we simply continue to basically munch them down? How many hit points? He has 42 left over. Okay. Might as well give him a stress attack. Continue to stress him out. Debuff him. It's mainly, I'm I'm regaining hit points whilst he is not. So at this point in time, we are in a better spot. He's dealing not that much damage. Werewolf is regenerating all of it.
Ah, your frail bodies fail you.
Listen, it's not bad. I mean, we're regenerating everything around, right? Oh yeah, we're regenerating everything around. This is good. So we can simply wait. Well, he is beating... Oh. Ouch. You can't wait for too long. Apparently the game has already thought about that. But I had a pretty sizable regeneration overall.
My kingdom comes.
Okay.
As your suffering ends, your service.
Essence of Mind. The minions attack restore 20% damage dealt as... Wow, that's good. If we actually use mana, that is. So... Wait a second. Where's... She's here. Fantastic. Dark Knight. No, Werewolf doesn't need to heal. Banshee doesn't really need to heal. Nah, we're okay. Maybe the Dark Knight needs to heal. We'll check in a second. For now, the guy is leveled up, which is good. 2 more stats, which we can put into more armor, because why not? He's a tank. Oh, no. We don't want the previous item to be lost. This is nice. It's a good item. But this is also a nice item. And why would we not have 2 Brides of Iratus that both have their own little decent advantages? Okay. Actually, I don't need any healing. Dark Knight might need some. Okay. Got a level 5 Dark Knight here as well. And we're Gucci. So in terms of talents, I was about to say we have done quite a bit in buffing. Now we got Blind Fury, which... Oh wait, we wanted to get a mock, yes. So that one we're going to take next. And do we have construction points? I think the answer is yes. However, all of that costs 50. That restores 6 mana, which I think is not bad. It's a continuous mana regeneration. Question is, can we create another bride? The answer is yes.
Beats only for
Oh wait, I saw a new creation here.
crafted it that
Mummy. Ooh, what does the mummy have? So, mummy can curse the first 2 positions. Curse targets 2 turns, dealing additional... Okay, it's a sanity AoE. It's a sanity dot. Then physical attack. And pulls someone closer. or decent damage, but mainly pulled someone closer. I wonder if that creates, if that triggers stances. Then it has impeding horror. It moves forward and deals damage to the enemy on the chosen position. Then it has absorb curses, removes all debuffs from allies, and it heals itself. Okay, so the mummy is kind of a tank in that sense. A tank that works with sanity. Nice. One thing that I will say though is that, if I'm not mistaken, no, it wasn't the mummy, it is a headhunter. Okay, well, I mean, good for us, I suppose. The mummy could be here for level 2.
Now there's a handsome fellow. A shame his talents were never fully recognized back in the academy. I'll just take all this mana as repayment instead.
So let's get the mummy up and running. I like that. In terms of stats, since it deals so much dread damage, might as well do that. It has accuracy problems apparently, and it's not the fastest. Good. But it does have decent luck, can get some sort of evasion. It most certainly does not have armor. That's just not how that character works. We're upgrading the dread as much as sensible. Then it does have a bit of physical damage as well. So 1 point for just upgrading that is a steal. And you could upgrade hit points if you wanted to, but I think instead we're going with accuracy because the accuracy was just below 100 on the base. That's a good support character. In terms of just reading the abilities, it appears to me that the mummy wants to be at position 2, like where the werewolf is, or position 1, where our champion is. And I see no issues with running a mummy from time to time. I will say though, we gotta be careful. Sacrifice your minion to gain special resources. Like if I sacrifice you, what does that do? Curses enemy for 2 turns when the minion uses an ability. Dealing 6 stress damage with AoE abilities. Dealing 15 stress with single target abilities. Oh, wow, that is pretty strong. Okay, well that is pretty strong, which means we are now dealing not only 10, but that almost doubled our stress damage. Okay. Holy. That's a nasty item. Bundle of Dynamite ignores ward at the beginning of combat. All enemies lose quite a bit of health. Alright.
Ah, fetching.
Okay. I will say that sacrificial stuff is actually helpful. Good. So we got someone new here, Ataman. Pretty okay damage. Looks like a damage dealer. And then we got an elite taskmaster. That is not great. That's not great. Ataman does have ward, so we need to remove that. And back here we have a Demolition Expert. That's a lot of damage on multiple targets, so that's our first target to kill. In the meantime, removing the guard. We're missing for the very, very first time. Not great. On the other hand, we got good initiative, so that's the starting point. Wait, what? She killed this guy and got wards. Okay, I see. And what else? Only wards. Okay. Well, double attack. One misses, one blocks. We need to get the bracers off. I appreciate the extra initiative, but we still need to upgrade accuracy far, far more. A lot of stress damage that is coming in. That is good. Elite Taskmaster definitely needs to go. $35, okay. Change my opinion. This gal needs to go ASAP. There's the block, the second one. And we're dealing a lot of damage. Damn, we really need to fix. We really, really, really need to fix.
Your cries are music to me.
That accuracy problem. Another 35. This is hilarious. In a not very fun way. She needs to change positions, else we do have a problem. Alright, stress damage. You are already stressed out. And now you're almost dead. Continuing to press everyone out even further.
Maybe I'll grab this one into furniture.
That was a nice move. That was a nice move. Unfortunately, very, very well timed.
Hope there will still be enough left to reanimate.
Alright, we're continuing just relentless assault, immediate damage over shenanigans. Very good. Their damage is massively reduced. And now we're healing a tiny bit. Well, maybe his damage as an elite is still too high. He's cursed and debuffed, yet he refuses to die.
Ooh, hope there will still be enough left to reanimate.
Alright, we're just going to deal stress damage. Well, I was hoping we could regenerate a little bit longer.
Predictable outcome.
When minion dies, all allies recover vigor. One-time use, okay. I don't even want a minion to die. That's a stupid idea to begin with. So, talents. We got one talent, and I'm finally getting the first mana usable spell. 12 luck for crit is not bad. And this here is 12 accuracy, which would be fantastic because it would then allow us to use those bracers, which, mind you, for now are shelved. They have no reason to be with us for now. I will increase the accuracy nonetheless. And we will need to heal. Bride has taken by far the most damage. Yeah, not even close. Second Bride comes out. And with a stat increase, I would like to increase luck. That is critical strike. I think she's an excellent damage dealer with critical strike. So, do we have any resources to do something cool? No. I mean, not really, is the answer. Talents we already talked about. I can now finally use mana. And we don't have enough building resources either, which means back to the dungeon. So, cultists with extra items or coffin filled with items. I like the minion specific items, they typically are pretty good. I wanted to go up here for more mythical content. Oh, there we go. Let's take some minion items. Banshee only. Banshee restores 20% vigor each time an enemy misses an attack against her. It's okay. 5 mana restored each time the Dark Knight receives. Oh, that's actually a really nice item. We had that in the tutorial. Increase critical strike damage dealt by the bride. Or werewolf receives luck. Tough one. I think we're going with the Dark Heart. The Wedding Gift is the second best here. 50% more damage, I like that, but Wrath and mana is such a neat resource. Good. Well, Elite Squad. Now we can't really bypass those. Should have maybe used a one-time usable item. Target minion loses luck and gains attack and dread until the end of the battle.
Rage released
On you. And we have an elite man mage. That's nasty. This guy is going to dish out a lot of damage. Luckily, we crit immediately. Okay, well, I mean, look, we want to kill. There's a bombardment. Figured that that would happen. And you all are going to take a debuff. More stress damage forward.
One by one, life
Alright, one down.
vanishes from this world.
I would like everybody to continue regenerating the hit points. So we're just attacking normally. Okay, this guy is taking a lot of damage. Fabulous. Damages his own troop. Damages us as well, but we get a bit of hit points back. Werewolf luckily gets a lot of hit points back. No targets for the ability. Oh, because no one is in the back. It's always the last filled slot at the beginning. That's unfortunate. I want to ambush. Oh, can't do that either. Okay, well, now we do have a problem. Now it almost forces me to do this here. Mage deals a lot of damage. We need to remove him as soon as possible. Luckily, he's now officially insane and weakened. Another insanity props.
Your frail bodies fail.
Okay, fantastic. Everybody begins to turn insane. Oh, he got himself. Oh, he got himself a nice little protection. Appreciate that.
Become part of the breathless tide.
Okay, we're regenerating. I intend to keep it a few more rounds. He hates his comrade. He surely does hate his comrade. You know what? Might as well just remove all of his sanity. Almost dead.
Dust.
That's okay. We regenerated enough. Each round of combat, Iratus recovers. Oh, that's a one-time use, but that is neat. That is very neat. In terms of talents, I like that accuracy. We're going to go with that. Before we continue, though, I got a couple of level ups. I like it. Stu, what are we going to do? What else do we need? More drat. More armor seems very legit.
Get back to battle.
And we're upgrading magical defenses as well. For her, for the Bride of Iratus, who does have mana dealt as damage, already have quite a bit of accuracy. I would like to go with evasion and go more evasion in the future. Banshee, same deal. Let's just invest a bit in defense. The reason why I'm doing that is the less damage we're taking, the more likely for me that I don't need to heal people. You can be there for one more round. You can be there for one more round. We got 30. Is that enough to finally upgrade something here? No, we need 50. Okay, cool. could sacrifice something on the altar. Who needs a lot of weapons to build? Weapons, armor. That seems like a decent choice.
Hardly an inspiring leader, but irrelevant for the armies of Undead.
Good. Time to sacrifice. And we got, I think the higher the sacrifice, maybe the better the rewards. Cannibal Jaw. Bit of skulls, that's okay. After winning the battle, Iratus automatically gets 100% experience from the current level. How far are we in talents? Not good yet, but we can maybe take it a little bit later. I don't want to save too many of those one-time things. Let's just
finally this item finds its way into my capable hands.
And we're going with our team. Seems legit. Let's go. So a couple of new enemies. Headsman here. Massive damage. So also good accuracy actually. Not so lot of damage. Ataman, my personal absolute hatred enemy. Then Elite Doomsayer, which I would assume with his 200 mental sanity is a sanity enemy. Or some sort of caster. And I think we're going for the Ataman first. Removing the block. Basically setting her up for really, really nasty hits.
Rage released.
Good hit. Fantastic strike. I love it. And everybody gets a debuff. Triple ward means one person. Of course. Wow, what does Mark do? Okay, so what does Mark do? When this character dies, Doomsayer and his allies will restore hit points. Fantastic.
Rage released. One less annoyance in the world.
Good. So that solves the problem, one part of the problem. Let's get the buffer down next. Finally remove the wards. What is this? What is this? Oh wow, he hits me with a truck. What is this? At the beginning of the next turn deals magical damage to all other characters. Okay, we need the stance breaker. I don't want that to happen. He has 3 wards. That's not so much. I think, in all fairness, we need to get the damage dealer away as well. Interrupt stances. Did that interrupt us? It did not. Can we interrupt the stance with him? Potentially not, so let's just make sure that this guy doesn't. Ouch. Crazy. crazy damage. Everybody will get healed to a degree. Sucks, but it is what it is.
Opposing me? You're last.
Now get the buffer. Reducing their damage. Doesn't really matter too much. The end is coming. Fantastic. All right, well, it's been fun removing the ward. He deals a lot of damage, and mark means every target is a critical hit. Wow, okay. We're removing the blocks, which he gets with the end of time. Stupid ability. Now finally all blocks are gone. He also loses a bit of sanity. Yeah, I wish the werewolf would have something that removes the stance, but he does not. Well, luckily the crit interrupts his stupid ability, taking the ward away.
Mine is the winning side.
Yeah, this guy is a bit annoying. I will not falter that this guy is actually quite a bit of an annoyance. So we got this huge heart, which means I'm also upgrading the armor. I'm not 100% sure what that does. It should give extra stat points. Okay, 6 extra stat points. Okay, now I know what it does. Extra accuracy. More extra accuracy. And I think a bit of evasion and a bit of attack is better than just one more armor. Upgrading our tank, a few more bonus points here. Very good. Back to the graveyard. You're in a good condition. We need our tank back. There we go. Let's level that Bride of Iratus as well. And what do we need here? A Wrath and 50. We definitely need a second healing facility. Okay, well, this is the best we can do. He heals, she trains, and we're good. We're saving for a second healing option. Okay. So, 2 points. I'm going with double accuracy because I want to equip the bracers. In terms of ability, she had extra evasion. And I continue with that.
Expect results.
Just getting full evasion. A little bit more damage here on the upgrade. And a bit more accuracy, because then we can equip the bracers, and the bracers are actually quite good. So this Dark Knight. Bit more accuracy. And now we can finally equip the bracers. Let's just look at extra accuracy from here as well.
It will be a messy slaughter.
I'm not using the Ancient Wisdom yet. I'll use it at the battle when he's like really at 0, essentially. But with our accuracy, we should actually be fine. So let's see what else we can get. All minions gain amulet. We don't have an amulet slot. All minions gain stats. Or enemies can't escape or be inspired. Now we're going to take the stat amulet.
Now
seems legit. Okay, now we do have all slots filled, and that's just a very convenient extra buff. And that concludes today's episode. Good cliffhanger here. We are nearing the upper parts of the dungeon. Think so far I'm doing reasonably well, I would say. Where we can heal. We got our graveyard more or less under control. At least that's what I would believe. And we have specced into Ire a bit, which I think for now. The question is, do we spec deeper into it? Like 4 stat points are a lot, but then again, ultimate abilities cost 10 less wrath is fantastic, because this would mean this is more affordable. And since we're going so deep into wrath, that's actually not too bad. Infectious lunacy is also not bad, like quite a bit of extra damage. All minions receive less damage. I think we're just going deep into R. When I see the buffs here, there are a couple of really good buffs. This here, 20% more damage, or 15-20% less damage. You can, for all minions that is. And this here is of course nice, like quite a bit of healing, group AoE heal. And this is also good because more spell power. We currently have 10, and if we're at full wrath, we would have 36 spell power. That's 46 spell power overall, which means here, for instance, that would be another 12%. So 22% more damage. That's not bad. And here it would be 70, almost 75 healing for everyone. Yeah, maybe I'm just trying Ire out to go deep into Ire. Anyways, I wanted to already end the episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Have a good one and see you all. Bye bye.